Hey class, so today what we'll be talking about is adding positive and negative rational numbers. And if we remember back to what a rational number is, it might look something like this. It can be a negative number, a negative whole number, positive whole number, a negative decimal, positive decimal, or fractions. And if you remember this picture being shown up on the board that Ms. Hines wrote, this shows that a rational number is a natural number, a whole number, or it can be an integer. So we have all different types and sorts of numbers that a rational number can be. Today we'll be focusing on integers. So we'll be dealing with positive and negative numbers. Just a quick recap, what is an absolute value? What does that do for us? And if you'd like to pause the video and think about it, that'd be great. Alright, now that you paused the video, I would like you to look at this. It is the distance away from 0. Yes, it is. So, if we have a value of -5 inside absolute value, that is just telling us that it is 5 units away from 0. And the negative puts us in the direction going left. So if we look at this number, the number -10, and where is that on the number line? So if we have an arrow that points to the -10, the length of that arrow is 10. 10 is our distance away. 10 is our absolute value in this case. Because if we remember, the absolute value is their distance away from 0. So we are 10 units to the left of 0. 10 is our distance away. The negative is what puts us going to the left, to the negative direction. So the absolute value is 10. In this case, because we are 10 units away from 0, but we are in the negative direction, so left, and that's where the negative number comes into play. So the negative says we point to the left, and we are 10 units away. So if we look at this first one, let's try this one together. So we have 5 plus a -4. And when we look at this, I like to look at it, I'll remove this box over here, as we want to start off with 5. So if we start off with 5, and I'll drag this down here, we start with 5 units going to the right in the positive direction. So we count out 5 and we get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then in the negative direction, because we're adding a -4, so now we want to go back left. We want to go back 4 units, and when we go back 4 units, so our green was our 5 and our red was our 4, and when we go back 4 units, we end up with an answer of 1. Oh, sorry class. We end up with an answer of 1. And how we get 1 is we go back 4 units from the 5. So if we go back 1, 2, 3 to 4 units. And if you look straight down that number line, where do we end up? We end up at 1. Let's try another example. So if we have 7 units to the left, and this is our distance away from 0, remember. So our absolute values are 7 units. We are 7 units to the left, and the negative brings us in the position going left of 0. So we are 7 units away from 0 in the negative direction. And we have a +4, so we're going to want to go back 4 in the right direction. So if we count back 4 units, this will bring us to a -3. So we'll be stuck right here. So a -3 is our answer. If you'd like to pause the video and write this one in your notes, that would be awesome. Alright, now that you've paused the video and drawn this in your notes, we'll move on to another one. So I'd like you to please try this one on your own. Pause the video, try this one on your own, and remember that our -6, that is, we have a distance away from 0 with the 8 and a distance away from 0 with the 6. So if you can try this one on your own, either using a number line or if you'd like to write it out, that'd be great. Now that you paused the video and tried this one on your own, let's take a look at this one. So if we scroll down here, and if we have 8 plus a negative 6, so we'll start off with 8 and we'll go 8 spots to the right because we are in the positive direction. And if we have 6, if we're adding a negative 6, we will go back 6 spots. So if we go back 6 back towards 0, because that is going in the negative direction, which is the left, we will end up at 2. And when we end up at 2, that will be our answer. So 8 plus a negative 6 equals 2. I have one more for you guys. This example of 8 plus a negative 7 plus a negative 4. So what we'll start off with here is we'll start off going in the positive direction with 8. And then once we start off going in the right, because right is always positive, when we go to the left we go negative. So this next one we have a value of 7. So we move 7 spots to the left because the negative brings us in the left direction. So we'll go 7 spots to the left. Now we are at 1. So if I draw this line, now we're at 1. But we still have to add another negative 4. I'm sorry, class. I meant this has to be a little longer. So if we have this as negative 4, and we add this on here, our line actually won't be right there. Our line will be right here at negative 3. And that will be our answer. So if we think we have 8 going in the positive direction, which is going to the right from 0, then whenever we have a negative number, we go back left. We go back towards the negative realm. So we go 7 to the left, then we add another 4 to the left, and that gives us our negative 3. If you would like to finish this off in your notes and then work on the worksheets, that would be great. Thanks.